Right, what we've got today, people, is we've got ourselves a Mark 5 Ford Mondeo 2 litre diesel. This particular car, apart from being highly abused by the driver, has had an annoying light that comes on. It was intermittent over the last few weeks, and it was hold that force. Sorry about that, people. Compressors deciding that they're going to kick themselves into action. So what was I saying? That's right, yeah. It's a oil light coming on intermittently. Only blips on and then goes back off again. And it turns out, I mean, I've had the sump off this. Checked the pump. I've actually changed the pump. For one that we had off a ruined engine, off an overheated engine. I've always said I was going to do a video about this, but never got round to it. To no avail. And over the last day, yesterday it actually been it'd been round to be remapped because the EGR the EGR is still on the car. We haven't removed the EGR. We've just removed the trouble code. But the EGR still works perfectly normal, still passes its emissions, so that's not an issue. While it was round there, it had a permanent oil light. And I don't know why I'm putting the camera at the floor. And what it turned out to be was this little bugger. Now these sit in the oil filter housing. I don't know if these have an oil cooler attached. But it sits right up there. There it is there. The lower one, that's an oil relief valve, an electronic. And all that does is when the oil pressure is at a certain pressure, it relieves the oil pressure. But it's that sensor up there. And if you look inside it, I don't know if you can get a little, what's the name of it? See where the green is? There should be 4 pins in there. Yeah, you can see a better angle there now. As you can see, one snapped. And what that's been is Ford's boss idea for a water pipe made of plastic that rubs and snaps and drips water everywhere. So that's cabbaged. But the other problem that it caused was the plug that goes onto it. Now if you look there, it's a bit rusty in that hole there. And if you come round, so it's that one there. If you spin it round, there's no wire in there. And that's because it had rusted the pin as well. Now, I didn't have any connections to go on the side of these. I've got a tub of connections, but not that small. So, luckily, off a crashed car that we once had, we still had the engine wired and, part of the engine loom. So what I've had to do is replace it. Luckily found it. Wiring code's totally different. But, if it does, it does. Bit of advice, whenever you're doing wiring on a car, always solder them. Don't twist them together, solder them. Can't stress it enough, solder the wires. Because if you get a slight bit of water in there, you get a bit of corrosion between where the wires are connecting and you'll lose connection in the wires. So what I've done, I've replaced this wire. What I will do is, I've got some more of this plastic sheave. I'm not going to tape this up. And that's another thing, always use heat shrink. If you haven't got it, use insulating tape, but if you've got heat shrink, use it. What I will do is, rather than wrapping this up with insulating tape, I've got more of this sheathing somewhere. What I find really, really good is I'll extend the sheathing over there, and then what I'll do is, I've got, where is it? Garage is in a bit of a scruff because it's been a hectic this week. Sealant. I think you've probably seen this on one of my previous videos. I love using the sealant. And what you do is, you squirt inside of the sheathing that I'm going to put over it, and I'll keep it insulated from any water, or waterproofed. Is insulated from any water the word? I don't know, doesn't really matter. So I'll do, that'll keep that, because obviously it's low down. This car in particular hasn't got, I know what it hasn't got, where's my pin? Because I drained the oil. One big thing, never leave one of these off, because I've actually seen one of the Fords have this, well, it's not Ford, I say Ford, it's Peugeot. It's just a quick twist on these drain plugs. If you don't put the clip back in, I've seen these pull out. I've gone out to a car where he's had the oil light on. He's pulled over straight away, and as I got there, I've arrived to recover him. There's a big pile of oil. What the fuck's going on here? And as he's been driving down the road, this come off, and I did actually find it in the street. I just backtracked where he was, followed the trail of oil. A bit further back, there was the oil plug. But yeah, never leave one of these out. But back to the point in that, the point in general is this widening loom. You do get a code. Can't remember what the number of the code was. If I remember, actually no, I think I've got a screenshot somewhere of the codes. What I'll do is I'll link the code, so if anyone comes has this issue, it doesn't come up with even though it's a broken wire. When most things fail on a car due to a broken wire, it'll say open circuit. Now, wasn't getting this code, it was just saying oil pump performance. So, you just think your oil pump's not pumping properly. And on live data, for some reason, you don't get, on the live data, you don't get any, what's the name? I only tried it on the snap-on scanner. I've got, what's it called? I've got IDS, got it over there on the laptop, and I haven't actually checked on live data to see if you can actually get any oil pressure data. They just don't seem to show it. I knew there was oil pressure because I knew it was getting oil to the top of the engine, because all you do is take your oil cap off while it's running, and you can see it. You can see it's there. There's no oil pressure. You don't get any oil at the top of the engine. Well, you'll still get oil at the top of the engine, but not as much. So what I'll do is I'll add that code on. That'll be up on the screen somewhere, or I'll put it in the description, depending how I go about it. So yeah, one to look out for. If you do have water leaks, bear in mind these are going to rust. Like any water leak on any engine really. And normally you have a problem on the selector with water leaks, because obviously I don't know if I've showed anybody. Well, I have showed. Yeah, you can actually see where this one's leaked in the past. If you look on the side there, you see it's pink. That's your gear selector indicator, tells the car what gear you're in. And that's from the thermostat housing, leaks water, drips down, lands on that. So, obviously, if you get a water leak, get it fixed, but check it hasn't landed anywhere. And better still, don't leave it. Don't just think, oh, it's only a water leak, it'll be fine. Fix it, because it will damage things. These do actually go into limp mode when there's no oil pressure, or when it doesn't discover any oil pressure. What it also has inside the switcher, because obviously that's a lot of wires for oil pressure, right? It really is. And I can't for the life of me think what the word is. It registers oil in two different ways inside that sensor. It'll register that there's oil there, and it'll register oil pressure. But in conjunction with that, there's another little sensor, just so I can get that in there. This one here. This is a level sensor. Now, they don't have level sensors on the dashboard on these. I've not checked on Forscan if you can activate it, or there's an activation for it, but as far as I know, there isn't. But that works in conjunction with this one, and it doesn't detect any oil in the engine. It won't start, which is a good thing. Bad thing if it's broken, because it's broken. I know it because all it is, it's two pieces of wire, and I've seen one that's been melted into plastic sheet. It has like a big long rod, and it melts if the oil gets too hot, which is another story, which I'm going to go over about engines melting. Ford have actually done a what's the name, software update, and you get a notification of over temperature on the engine. But that's another video. We'll go over one of those. I've actually got it somewhere. I don't know. I'll get back to that. So yeah, this is, if you do get oil light, this is your issue. This is where your issue started. Apart from the fact that it's water, if it's actually your pump, or you've got no oil, this is more than likely going to be your problem. It's only the second one I've seen, but it's right in line of a common leak, water leak. So likelihood is we're going to see quite a few more of these. Now I hope that's been informative. Obviously, not everyone is going to have a spare one of these plugs lying around. What I would suggest, Fords don't sell plugs like that. I've not had a look online to see if you can buy any of these plugs to replace. That's one thing I miss about with like sort of VAG cars, Volkswagen Audis and stuff like that. You can buy these plugs and it'll come with wires on it. Fords just don't seem to do it. You know, they say, oh, a loom. You know, I don't want to buy a whole loom. And they go, well, it's a couple of grand. I don't want to buy a whole loom. I just want this wire. Don't put little plugs on. Put them in because you're exposing the pins. These have a little rubber seal down inside of them. As you can see, that yellow bit, that's a rubber seal. If you just use normal spade clips, you're not going to seal that. Water's going to get in there, whether off the street or off the engine, and then rust the pins off on the actual sensor itself. So hope that's helped. If you enjoyed, like the video, it was informative, give us a like and a subscribe, why not? And keep a lookout for any more videos. I'm going to go over the Mondeos, all the common issues. There's quite a few common issues that Mondeos have. But I'm going to go over them and I'll post them, new results at some point. Have a nice day, be well, and see you in my next video.